Governor, what do you think of the Senate's proposed asset test for the property tax?
I think that's fine. The House had a different approach, as you know, dealing with the value of a home. I've talked about the fact that 74 property taxpayers in Vermont with homes valued at more than $1 million got rebates last year, and I think that's wrong. The Senate has talked about intangible assets as a measurement of wealth and ability to pay, and to be honest, I would be happy to see them both included.
The Senate yesterday moved to significantly toughen penalties for slaughterhouses where inappropriate behavior goes on. Do you think that that's a good idea at this stage, or do you agree with Senator Patel and a couple others that we haven't had enough testimony that we ought to wait until this newly appointed task force has a chance to review slaughterhouse practices and so on and make recommendations?
I think everybody was appalled at the video of the treatment of some of the animals that were seen on that tape from the slaughterhouse up in the islands, and understand from that the need for greater enforcement of humaneness standards. What the specific penalties ought to be, Dave, I guess I'm not sure at this point, but I think Vermonters expect both the federal and the state authorities to be vigilant. So I haven't decided what I might do with presented with that bill, but I think Vermonters want to see us get tougher.
Going back to the asset test, the Senate really did two things. There was the $5,000 interest and dividend threshold, and then a lot of that would come against your ability for sensitivity. The other was $1 million of well, not including your primary residence. Do you support both of those?
I don't have a problem with either one, Bob, as well as the real estate cap of the House. I think Vermonters expect that property tax benefits will go to people who need them and not those who game the system. And I've heard from people in the financial services world who explain to me how people can take advantage of the system now, some of the loopholes in our current formula, and so I think some of those asset tests are just fine.
You're soon going to see a decrease in your income, at least temporarily. Does that facing that situation, does that make you think differently at all? You have some assets in your and so on.
Well, you're talking about the state employee contract?
No, I mean after you leave office.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, we already took our pay cut, the exemption. Thanks, team.
Thank you, Governor.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I told them if they do a really good job, I'll take another 5%. I'm sorry, what was your question?
Does that make you think differently about an assets test or a net worth test on income sensitivity?
No. I don't know what my plans will be, but Dorothy and I bought our home 34 years ago. We expected that we would have to pay a property tax on it. We expected it probably would rise somewhat over time. It's risen a lot more than we probably anticipated, but I'm comfortable paying that property tax until and unless I choose to move into something smaller.
So, but on the $5,000 one, do you have any concerns? You can have an elderly couple that have saved money throughout their lives. Maybe they've got $100,000 or $150,000 in their retirement, for which they're getting between $5,000 and $10,000 a year in interest and dividends. Are those the people who are gaming the system?
No, that's a pretty good return at this point.
Well, if they had, if they had $150,000, and are those the people who should be targeted?
Well, it's hard to pick out individual cases. I guess the general point I would make is that some kind of asset test, I think, is reasonable. Because there are folks who have significant resources who are getting generous rebates, and I don't think Vermonters think that's fair.
There's
How's
just
that?
some sort of a litany of problems you have with things, budget, the tax bill, UI challenges. So if you're sitting at home, it seems like this is gonna be a rough end of the session then.
Well, I want to make it clear how I feel. It's up to the legislature to respond to those concerns, and I hope they'll respond in a positive way. A number of folks in the media and elsewhere have commented on the relative cordiality of legislative administrative relationships during the session, and I think that's fair. And I don't want there to be confusion between the tenor of our discussions and the fundamental disagreements that we have. I think it's good that we're able to talk about these matters in a respectful way, and I'll certainly continue to do that. But I want to make it clear at the same time, just because I'm not standing here pounding on the podium, that I feel very strongly about the burden of taxes that Vermonters are shouldering now, and how difficult it's going to be to be competitive in the future. I just thought of another answer to your dealer question, Bob, another factor I wanted to add. Dealer.com pays on average $60,000 a year. And the CEO said at that meeting last week that because they pay so well in that company, in that industry, it's not a problem. But that's a lot more than the average Vermonter makes. That's a lot more than the average job pays in Vermont. And that's why it's such a struggle for a lot of people in our state. You've got to remember the folks who make $30,000 a year or a more modest amount. And that's what the problem is. That's the people that we need to continue to fight for so that they can afford to live here.
I'm gonna wrap it up.